Many personnel, and particularly women, were absolutely adamant that gender equality would only come from identical treatment, not differential treatment. We do not agree. Obviously, identical treatment works if there is a level playing field, but identical treatment can lead to greater inequality where there is not, especially when existing policies and practices are assumed to be neutral, but in fact are grounded in a male norm. It's in these areas that we have made recommendations, including the use of targets, to level the playing field. Targets do not undermine merit. As one senior female ADF leader told me, she said, "Quotas and merits are not mutually exclusive ideas. We all need to get over it. The reality is that every woman who goes to the shortlist at a promotion board has merit anyway." Exclusion and sexual assault. The review understands that by its nature, the ADF is a workplace involving inherent risks. Experiencing sexual misconduct, harassment, victimisation and sexual abuse should never be one of them. But the reality is that sexual harassment and abuse does exist in areas and on occasions in the ADF today. We found that members frequently did not report these incidents. Why? Because they feared that they'd be victimised, that their career would be jeopardised, that they'd not be believed, or that they would be subjected to a sometimes unresponsive chain of command investigation. Now, I really want to stress that this was not the experience by any means of all the members we met. In fact, many members said that they'd never been subjected to discrimination or harassment, and that's many women, and they described the ADF as a supportive and inclusive employer. Our comparative sexual harassment prevalence survey found that sexual harassment rates for women in the ADF are comparable with the general community at around 25%. And for men in the ADF, they're around 10%, which is lower than for the general community. But let me say, these figures are still too high for any workplace. Coupled with the personal accounts provided by ADF members, this makes change to the way women are treated in the ADF an urgent priority. So we recommend a new approach to dealing with issues of sexual harassment, sex discrimination and sexual assault. First, we recommend a dedicated unit to deal with sexual misconduct matters. It's to be headed by a senior member of the ADF, very senior, or Defence Department, SES, who would report directly to the Chief of a Defence Force, and it needs to be established as a priority. We have called this office the Sexual Misconduct Prevention and Response Office, or SEMPRO for short. Its key role is to make the system more responsive and to be a central point of data collection and analysis. We recommend that it be staffed by experts in the area who have experience in handling trauma, complaints of a sexual nature and dealing with sensitive personal issues. Crucial to the new approach will be to give complainants the option of reporting harassment or sexual assault in a confidential manner by way of a restricted report. It's an option which is not presently available within the ADF.